Hey guys!
Hello!
Welcome back for part 3 of Project Omar. We're going to be building a guitar out of this beautiful 1920s cigarette tin. And so this week
we're gonna look into bracing.
Yeah. And
usually with our wood cigar box guitars,
they're made out of wood.
Well, yes, that's why.
So we can use wood glue, and
correct.
They've got a lot of gluing surfaces available to us, but this is not. This is tin.
So we are going to be looking at super glue here.
Super strength adhesive from 3M.
Correct.
It's not super glue. Super glue is a brand.
Oh, well, then super strength adhesive. But there are a lot of things that we had to consider for this. So there are 3 axes that we want to make sure don't warp with time. It's this one, and then this one actually. Yeah. So
the
length,
neck wants to
height.
pull this way. This one needs to be really, really strong.
Yep.
Okay, because you got this tension on the strings is pulling the far side of the neck up. Okay.
Yep.
So that's the really strong one, and then you've got the side to side. The neck wants to be pushed and pulled by the 2 hands. One's on that end, one's on this end. They're not necessarily going in the same direction.
Yep.
Pitch, yaw, roll.
Yep. So there's a few ways that we're going to do it. Obviously for the left to right, we're going to have these braces.
Normally our box is taller,
that
so
on top.
There would be a riser piece to bring the neck up to the right height so that the fretboard lines up correctly with the top of the box. But this box is literally about as thin as possible.
Right, so we can't do that.
The neck is actually sitting on the bottom of the box.
Correct. And so these side braces will be sitting along with it. And then this, if we were to treat it like the vertical here, you'll notice that we're dealing with a few bumps here, and then at the end of the box here, we're also dealing with that bump.
So the general idea is that we take a piece of bracing here and we put it in here, and we trim the top of it off so that it goes right up against the top when this lid is closed. And then on the bottom, we cut a key that allows these horizontal braces to fit through and the neck to fit through, which stops them from moving this way and stops them from moving this way.
Yep. So that's 2 things. Now what's the third? Oh, and we have to worry. So this is, again, the Harrison pickup that we got from Bob Harrison. Harrison guitar pickups. Very nice. Now these, because this one is going to be a neck pickup, we actually have to, this bracing piece has to come before it. And so we're going to have to do a little bit more keying there.
Yeah. We also want to make sure that we have a place to attach our pickup to with the screws, because this is just a very thin metal top. We wouldn't have any place to screw in. So we'll do these here, and then we'll make sure that we leave enough room. Hopefully, I mean, this might get tricky. You can see that it's got an overhang, but we'd like to be able to create a place for that to actually attach to. Now, Bob sent us over, here's Bob's signature, if you want to sign his checks. That's the hard part to get right. This is the cutout template. So this little tiny hole that we need to cut in the top of the box will fit this because you slide it down into the hole, right? So this lip can actually go in first and then it slides into place. But that makes it difficult to create a spot where we can screw that in.
So we've got the 2 horizontal braces here, and they look like they fit pretty well. The neck is going to end up fitting in between these 2 horizontal braces. So we'll do a little rotation.
The back of the neck would be going here.
Oh, I see. Yep. And now we're just going to do these braces. And we're going to do some keying to account for the edge there between the box and the wood.
Yeah, it's got to go all the way down to the bottom here, but it's got to go up over the top of this and up over the top of the neck.
Yep.
Over this, and then back down again.
Yep.
We also need to figure out the height.
Okay, so Whisker's working on finding out where the...
laying out the key
Yep.
on the bottom of the vertical braces.
Yep. We're trying to figure out where this would sit.
So the neck is 1.5 inches wide. So I find the center of our vertical braces and then centered how 1.5 inch, so 3/4 on each side of that out. So now we know where the center is, we know where the outside edges of the neck are, and next up, figuring out where those go.
Okay.
Which is convenient because we know that these are also 1.5 inches. So I just go another 1.5 inches out and get these marked up, and then I gotta figure out the heights. Okay, so we have our front and back keyed pieces done. Looks like both of them ended up with a slight slant on the top of them, but you know, that's because we did it with a sander and whatnot. So I've got the keyed up pieces, the bottom one and the front one here. So this is where the neck fits through, this is where the horizontal bracing fits through. And what we're going to do is we got it set against the bottom. We're going to test and make sure the lid can close okay. It's 1/16 of an inch higher than the top of that. Yeah, feels okay.
Good.
Now I may have to work on this corner a little bit because it's been deformed a little bit. So I may have to straighten that out to sort of be able to get in here and manipulate it without any undue marks or gouges or anything like that. It's definitely better than it was. It's still not quite as tall as the other side, but closer.
Closer. So one thing we're doing right now is we're just making sure that the fit of the key actually works with the pieces that it's fitting over. And this piece
needs to be just a tiny bit wider. to fit over there. So
yep.
I marked off like, I don't know, 2/64 64th or a 32nd worth of trim.
Yep, just enough for one blade, and then we should get the right amount of space to go over that section. Okay, so after our few adjustments on the back and front braces, we have, I think,
yeah, they're all fitted.
what works. Yep.
When all this gets glued inside the box,
It should match.
it'll be all very rigid. You know, it moves as one piece already, and nothing's actually glued to one another.
Yeah, very nice. What's the next step? Okay.
We've got that hole that needs to go here on the center, so 1.5 inches wide, and we'll have to figure out the height.
So the convenient thing about having these back braces done already is that you can just use it to trace out where the neck needs to come in.
After much measuring, we've drawn out exactly where the hole is, where that neck needs to be able to slide into the body before we glue it in place.
Okay. So Whisker's done a little bit more work on getting the hole cut out from the top there. We use needle files to get the corners. It's looking pretty good so far.
Alright, time to check it with the actual neck and see if it fits.
How was it?
Slides in pretty well. So that's the first time we get to see what the guitar is kind of going to look like.
Very nice. There's like almost no gap, yeah. So now that we've got the hole, are we going to glue the braces in, or?
Probably not, because this hole should probably be cut before we do the braces.
Okay.
Because it'll be a lot harder to do it with it attached to stuff.
Oh yeah, sure. So, and that's next week, yeah?